Madam Speaker, I want to weigh my weight on the issue of recruitment, and I want to join my colleagues by saying that we request Kenya Defence Forces, Madam Speaker, to exercise the high level of transparency, because the youth of this country have no money. Their parents have no money to bribe those recruiting officers. Madam Speaker, I would also suggest that we have 1,450 wards. If KDF can adopt, let's say, to recruit from the ward level, we will avoid, or we will not have problems where people are being taken from one corner to the rest. If you are employing 6,000 officers, divided by 1,450 wards, every constituency or every ward will get around 3 to 4 officers, and that one will bring the principle of equity and fairness. That is where we need to go in all the disciplinary forces, so that Kenyans will not be getting the issue of discrimination and so forth. You can see members are celebrating. So KDF or security forces, wherever you are, employ people from the ward level so that each and every person can be reached up. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
A very good morning and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. Now, fellow Kenyans, those who are within the country and those who are outside the country, there is something very interesting here that I would like us to discuss or talk about. You know, there's some of these things that if we don't talk about them, then there might be a problem, and a lot of people will not know what is going on. There is this ongoing recruitment of both the KDF and the police. That is what I want us to talk about. I want us to clarify something, because I really realized that a lot of problems normally rise during these recruitments. I can't lie to you. I was one of the victims. I once went for the recruitment immediately after my Form 4. You know, the results came out, and I did well. But then now the problem was that I was considering, how am I going to pay school fees in campus, you know, and all that. Even though there was there was a little hope, but I was like, okay, instead of stressing the family and all this, I felt like, you see, I think you understand that you have to understand your background. If you went through the high school and it was somehow stressful, you're feeling like, it's like the family is being stressed up, so going to campus once again, you don't have sponsor, you depend on this family, and all that. Yes, there is help, but now will help do everything. You see, help can't pay rent. Help. I was there. I was in that process of should I? So I decided, okay, let me go and try recruitment. Of course, I was a footballer. I was very fit. I could run. I could do everything. I was very flexible. Everything went well up to the last minutes. Now, mmekimbia, mmebaki watu wachache, and then you mnaambiwa that okay, now you are the only people that tulikuwa tunataka watu fulani, and you're the only people that now it's like you're going to qualify, so get into that room. So we went to that room. After going to the room, something terrible happened. We did the medical. After doing medical, now we are at the last point that we're waiting for the results. Who has been taken, who has not been taken, and all that. So hapo kwa hiyo room things change. Being asked, where umekuja na nani? You see, so that question ya umekuja na nani, I didn't know. Initially I didn't know what it meant, because they said when we were beginning that recruitment is going to be fair. Free and fair, there's no corruption and blah 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 and all that. So tumefika hapa tunaambiwa that unauliza umekuja na nani. I'm like, no, I just came alone. I didn't know that ukiuliza umekuja na nani it means unaulizwa umekuja na hela ngapi. That is the problem. Anyway, it went like that, and when walikuja na watu Somebody just came from nowhere. Somebody was just brought from nowhere. Nakalipa pesa yenye nilifaa kulipa. Tulibaki watu watatu. Imagine hao watu watatu, all of us qualified, but now the problem is umekuja na nani. So that is why I have decided that at least let me talk about this, because it's something that has really affected a lot of people. And I know maybe one or two of you can also tell me your experience at the comment section, because I know you've also experienced such kind of treatment or such kind of thing during the recruitment. You went, you tried and all that, you failed. You didn't fail, you passed, but then hapo mwisho unaulizwa umekuja na nini. So okay, but I thank God, maybe that was not my way, and then I came back, I went to I managed, I got sponsor, I went to campus, I finished and all that, and here I am. So fellow Kenyans, I would like to talk about this thing this way. I was listening to the proceedings. I was really following parliamentary proceedings just the other day when they were discussing issues to do with the KDF recruitment. And I had this argument. There is this argument that I've also been thinking of, that how many wards do we have in this country? We have over 1,450 wards in Kenya. We have 47 counties. Every county has got constituency, and every constituency has got ward. Ward is what makes a constituency. A constituency is what makes a county. Now, if we have 1,450 wards, and then the recruitment is recruiters are supposed to be recruitment they're supposed to take 6,500 new recruits. So I was thinking of this. Why not simplify these numbers to make it easy or to make it simple? Being that we have got 1,450 wards, and then we have got 6,500 number of officers that are supposed to be recruited. So why not divide this thing so that each ward gets so that every ward, at least during the recruitment, all these people get equal, like every ward, wacha ward zote za Kenya zipate watu, you see, angalau they balance it. That is what I was thinking. Why can't they just decide and balance this thing? Because to be fair, just trying to be fair here, just talking about trying to be fair. I don't know what you think at the comment section, but that was just my thought, that why can't we divide? Why can't these officers divide this thing so that every ward at least wapate equal recruitment? Isikuwe kwamba unakuja, because this thing normally happens, but during the recruitment unapata ward moja imepata ama constituency imepata watu wengi sana. Like constituency one constituency, if they wanted if in a county, let's say for instance in a county they wanted 50 recruits, or let's say 50 recruits. So you come and find that maybe in one of the wards, in one of the constituencies, in one of the wards or two of the wards, or a constituency, unakuja napata constituency moja inatoa watu 20. Now kama constituency moja already shatoa watu 20, these other 30 and a county might be having something like 6 constituencies, you see. So why can't it just be divided? But then I know that it can't work. That is what I'm sure of. It can't work. So I was trying to look at, why is it that this thing can't work? Why is it that we are just here? This thing cannot work maybe the way we think or the way we expect. And what is normally the problem that is making the KDF and the Kenya Police recruitment become difficult? Those who are in a position to go can't go. Sasa zingine unaambiwa masomo yako wewe ufai. By the way, before I reached that stage niliambiwa weenda ukasome toka hapa. I was like, okay, I've just come to try, because I'm trying. They were like, no, recruitment wenda soma. That's what they told me, you know, after realizing that maybe they had nothing to offer. Wakaniambia we kijana, wewe enda shule, wewe enda ukasome, wewe enda usome. I was like, okay. What about those people who normally, like the cadets? Cadets are there. Watu wenye wamesoma, the B's guys are there. When you pass exams in their form 4 are there. In fact, wanafanya vizuri. But sasa mbona wengine hawachukuliwi? Ama because hawana kitu. Number one problem that I found out was this. There's this issue of fake recruitment adverts and fraud. I think I've just mentioned what happened with me, and whereby you find that there are a lot of scammers circulating fake notice with KDF and Ministries of Defense logos. Ukiwa kama ni wewe mjinga, you can buy. In fact, they even sell them. So if you're not very keen, you'll end up buying a fake document. And the issue of fake document, I think imekuwa too much. Ukisha buy document, ukifika la net, unaulizwa hii imetoka wapi? Wewe unasema kwamba wewe ulipewa, in fact the moment you mentioned ulinunua. There are a lot of people, majority of kuna watu ambao walishikwa simply because of those kind of mistakes. Unasikia wanasema kwamba nilinunua. Ulinunua wapi? Why did you buy? You see, so wewe unashikwa because uliuziwa kitu fake. And this, you know what is funny is that these documents are normally being sold by those people who impersonate themselves to be KDF officers or minister officers. Some of them even claim to be generals. Some of them claim to be general and some of them are generals. Na wanakuuzia tu fake kabisa. Wanakuja, in fact wanaweza kuja na uniform. Ujamaa kumbe ni KDF. Wapi scammer? The second thing is the issue of bribes, nepotism and favorism. I think of this. All these things are just like experience. When we talk about bribery and nepotism, there are repeated claims that some people are asked to pay bribes to secure recruitment. I've just mentioned you my experience. Kama hauna connection, huwezi ukafaulu. The third one is the issue of corruption within the process, whereby officers have been convinced for recruitment malpractice, whereby one of the major named Ben Kipigoi Chemiat was sentenced for taking money under false pretense, promising to influence recruitment. A lack of transparency and information. That is also another thing that normally affects these recruitments, whereby the official ones say that recruitment exercises are free, but because of fake adverts, the public is confused about the recruitment is real or whether it's real or fake. You know, they'll tell us that recruitment is free, but now because there have been cases whereby unakuja napata kwamba wanachukua hongo, it becomes watu wanaogopa sana kwenda kwa sababu they feel like, okay, I don't have anything, and of course when you go there you have to pay something, so what am I going to do? How am I going to survive? You see, kind of things. And then the last one is the issue of low turnout, which has really affected the recruitments, logistical issues in some places. In some counties, turnout has been low in actual recruitment exercise, whereby this can be because of people do not, you know, one thing I know and one thing I can assure you guys, or anything I can say, is that majority of people don't trust this process. Of course, they believe that this process is a fraud. Hata ukienda pale uwanjani kukimbia, imagine mimi nilikimbia na kifua. Unakimbia kifua wazi at very long kilometers. And then after that, you are being told that you don't qualify. Sometimes unafika mwisho alafu unaambiwa, unaulizwa toa kitu. Na umekimbia kifua wazi, watu wameona kifua yako. For those who are so much hairy, watu wanaona unazunguka, watu wanaona kifua yako, and then at the end of the day you end up not being taken, not being recruited. It's so much embarrassing. But then, You know, in as much as maybe we are talking about this, what is it? What are the things that the KDF is trying to do to make sure that this process is successful? Number one, the Ministry of Defense normally issues warnings to public to be aware of fake recruitment adverts and fake calling letters. Of course, that one has been there. They tell us to be aware of the fake letters, fake recruitment, and then at the end, after that, it still happens. That is what is normally funny. They tell us that, oh, be aware of this, but then it goes ahead, bado inafanyika tu. Hizo fake recruitment letters bado zinakuwa tu. You see, the issue of the Defense Cabinet Secretary, that is Soipan Tuya, has announced that the recruitment system will be changed to make it more secure. How many times have they changed this? They've been changing this over and over again, but there's nothing constructive that has been happening. Hakuna kitu ambacho kimekuwa kifanyika kizuri. They've been changing this over and over again. Lakini wapi? It is still the same. Nothing changes, nothing changes, nothing changes. And then they're also saying that they are considering instituting measures to ensure eligibility representation, so people from all regions, counties, and communities have fair access, and removing loopholes that fraudsters exploit. You know, this thing is so big. The issue of KDF recruitment, Kenya Police recruitment. Right now, I see they are doing it. The Kenya Police, they are doing the National Police Service. They are doing it online. Doing it online. Do you think that doing it online will help? Hakutakuwa na fraud, hakutakuwa na ujanja. So those are the kind of things that we need to ask ourselves. And I saw Senator of Nairobi County, that is Edwin Sifuna, really trying to defend people of Nairobi. Nasema kwamba during this recruitment, most of the time, you find out that Nairobi is normally being sidelined. Wana sideline sana Nairobi.
This constituency A, constituency B to the 17th constituency, so that every child from that constituency is able to say, we went for a recruitment and we were recruited as per the law. And number 4, as we continue discriminating Nairobi, and yet it is within Nairobi. And this is how you find now corruption coming in. This is how you'll hear people telling you, we paid money. Where will they come to run? In Nairobi. Because you can't run in the other regions. But Nairobi is very open. You only have 3 venues. You are full there. You won't even know who is who. That is why we are saying we are stopping in corruption in the process. But we are saying, as Nairobi, we should be counted as any other county. Because, in fact, we are the largest county. We are the largest county. We carry all the burdens of everyone. It is Nairobi County. If you want to be safe, you are expecting Nairobi County to do the right thing for you. But then when it comes to now, the goodies of government, Nairobi County is always discriminated.
I wanted you to know that we as leaders in Nairobi took a regular step to raise this matter officially with the ministry. This letter is dated September 16th, 2025. We will give you copies of the letters because we proceed very procedurally, yes, as leaders in Nairobi. This letter is signed by all the 19 members of parliament from Nairobi, and we have apologies for the ones who have not appeared here. Our brother from Madare, Anthony Oloch, as you know, is bereaved. So that's the reason why he's not here. Babu and the others, we will record their apologies. But I just wanted to say a few things that Nairobi has the biggest youth population. And the problem of unemployment bites the hardest here in Nairobi. You have seen that even our young men are falling into the trap of being hired as goons to do things that they should not be doing. This is an opportunity for them to also get formal employment. It is therefore very unfair that we are being treated differently from the other counties. The other 46 counties, as my colleagues have said, the recruitment is happening at a county level. And what that does, it allows even the members of that constituency to see who has come for that recruitment, and that is what Honorable Elachi was referencing, that it is easier to fight corruption when you can be able to see this one is a member from Madare, this one is a resident of Dagoretti North, this one is from Dagoretti South. But when you cluster all of us, into just 3 venues. People will even come from Machakos and the other counties because it's not very far. And nobody can be able to tell that this person is not from Embakasi South. But on the matters of the people of Nairobi, we can come together and agree. So we have done that. We have represented our people. We have represented the issue to the minister. She doesn't even have the courtesy and respect for the people. Forget the respect for us. The respect for the people we represent to just respond to what we have asked. And I was expecting, because she's actually a former member of parliament, she's a former senator, she would have written back and said, by the way, as leaders of Nairobi, we can have a meeting and a conversation about this situation and see how we can be able to address it. That is the least we expected. But she has chosen contempt. She has chosen contempt, and my colleagues, I want to let you know that even this morning, the Minister for Lands was supposed to appear in the Senate to answer questions about land grabbing in Nairobi, because you know the issues. Jalango is here. He knows the issue of the College of Insurance in South Sea. So she also did not show up. But at the Senate, we have agreed that this one must be censured. So even for you, for this one, because now how else do we, as representatives of the people, get our voices heard?
During the recruitment. Now, the reasons why these problems normally persist are 4. Number 1, when you try to look at the issue of employment, there is high unemployment whereby many young people are desperate for stable jobs. This makes them vulnerable to scam that promise recruitment in exchange of money. Vijana hawana kazi. Na of course, vijana kama hawana kazi, what happens is that ukikuja ukawadanganya kwamba mimi nitakupa kazi, wewe bora tu umetoa hela fulani, bas they are in for it. So they will be scammed. Number 2, the issue of information asymmetry, whereby many people don't know which adverts are legitimate and which ones are not legitimate. Even the KDF and government warn the public fake adverts sometimes are very convincing. Na hakuna kitu huwa inakuwa convincing kama fake thing. Fake thing. You don't know. Another thing is the issue of weak system, and also whereby if the verification of documents, identity or guidelines adherence is not very tight, then corruption actors inside or outside can exploit the gaps. And the last one is the issue of power, influence of networks. Having a connection, knowing people, or having influence is often alleged to help people bypass a normal procedure. And that is why unakuja napata kwamba wanachukua mpaka wale people who are not qualified, people who don't know anything. Wanasema kwamba ni nongwe. So ukishachukua mtu nongwe ukienda naye pale, those are the kind of people that unakuja napata it's very easy for them to die during the training and all that, because they are very weak. They didn't go through through all the processes. The medication and all that, were they fit or not fit, or such kind of things, you see. So after all, guys, that is just matter. I would like to listen to your thought at the comment section concerning this latest thing, or concerning this thing. Are you one of the victims? Were you also a victim of the recruitment? If you are a victim, how did you overcome it? And if you're not a victim, do you know anybody who was a victim of KDF recruitment? And what is it that you think maybe should be done by the KDF, this body, to make sure that there is always a free and fair recruitment, so that everybody, just like they've said, that they're going to try as much as they can to make sure that there's free recruitment, so that everybody is recruited fairly. Let me know what you think at the comment section. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface. Bingo.